Well, it looks like the Senate seat held by Dianne Feinstein of California is going to be replaced from a person from, drumroll, Maryland. You just cannot make this stuff up. You heard that. And I can't think of another case in my life that is more egregious to the case of grifting and pandering. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, appointed this woman because she's brown and she also fills a couple other checkboxes to a position with no qualifications whatsoever, other than those two, if you consider that a qualification. But if you're on the left, that is all you need. You don't need to have skills at all. Laphonza Butler has apparently removed her Maryland residence from her Twitter account, as well as her professional biography, after Governor Gavin Newsom, the biggest leftist on the left, appointed her to the U.S. Senate seat in California, which was vacated on September 29th upon the death of Senator Feinstein. And I mean this seriously, not trying to be funny at all. Just condolences to her family. As Christians, as humans, I want to at least convey that, because that's a sad thing to lose a family member, a mother, a wife, a sister, an aunt, anything. So condolences go out to them. And I mean that sincerely. But this situation here is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm from Maryland. Okay, I was born in D.C., but I was raised in Maryland my entire life up till, where I am now. However, so I know the state pretty well. It's, especially around PG County, where this woman is from, it's a very Democrat. It's just very, very populated with black people who are very successful, especially PG County. Go look at PG County and you'll see they have probably in the country the number one place for blacks of affluence are from, even more so than California and upstate New York. It's PG County, mostly because of all the lucrative government jobs and contracts that are awarded, but neither here nor there. It is what it is. So this is where she's from. And I know these people like the back of my thumb. So let's look at this article here. Here we have her Twitter account. This was brought to us by Elix Mickelson. He says, interesting that Newsom reported choice for senator from California lists her state of residence as Maryland in her X bio. And X is also Twitter. And so she removed the Maryland location from her bio as well. This is from Christina Wong on Twitter. And so it goes on. So this is a case simply of pandering. Let's start there. Pandering. What is pandering? Pandering is essentially, in this case, typically, you have Democrats are pandering to black people because they want their vote. They want to keep them on that plantation as long as possible. And by hiring or appointing a black female, that adds to that, because the black female is the most loyal group, I would dare say, of any demographic that there is tracked politically. Find me one demographic, any demographic, age, sex, just generic race or generic religion, anything that votes at a higher clip than black female. They're close to 96, 97%. It is absolutely incredible. And I have my reasons for that, which I will come out with another video, but it's tied to the welfare system and it's tied to nurturing of kids and those kind of dependencies that are needed from the government. When the government raises you, you depend on the government and you don't want anything to get in the way of that. So you vote to keep that in place, regardless of what your belief systems are, what your values are, what your principles are, any of that. You don't care because you want that check every month. And I'm not trying to generalize at all, but being emotional plays into that as well. And the emotion of the Democrats in terms of the way they flip the script and say things about Republicans and conservatives and all these different issues are all brought out to strike anger, fear, resentment, to get them to the polls to quell those fears, angers, and resentments. So here we have here. This is her registration card here, Silver Spring, Maryland. I know exactly where that is. I know the people that live there. I have many friends that are from there. I played football and Little League up there, and I know what that area is and what those people think like. I just do, being from Maryland. Here we have here, her FEC filing 31 days ago lists Maryland as a residence, and yet Gavin Newsom is naming Laphonza Butler to be a United States Senator representing a state she doesn't even live in. How corrupt you think politics is multiplied times 1 million. Absolutely. So, next point, grifting. Black Republicans in particular get called grifters. And what are the grifters? Grifters are people who are essentially moving into an area that's outside their expertise simply to make money or to gain power or both. So they say, well, black conservatives, because there's so few of them, they're going to grift because they're going to go into a market that's wide open and then be able to get that said power, get that said money. And that's the accusation. But as we all know, the left accuses us of the very same things that they do, and they're never held to the same standards ever. According to the website, the pro-abortion Emily List organization, where Butler is president, she also served as the president of the biggest union in California, the SEIU Local 2015. Additionally, she served as its international vice president and president of the SEIU California State Council. Her bio indicates that she grew up in Magnolia, Mississippi. So essentially, she is all over the place. According to the Washington Examiner, on Sunday night, the bio on the website said she lives in Maryland with her partner, Nikki Lee, and her daughter, Nyla, but by Monday morning, that line was removed. Here's a clip that this person has on the file. Watch this.
Since the dawn of patriarchy, women have had their power stolen. Time and again, we have been told what we can and cannot do, what choices we can and cannot make about our lives and our futures. But time and again, we have come together across race and across place to respond to questions about our rights with clarity and resolve. Our bodies belong to us. Our freedoms are not up for debate.
So there you go, the patriarchy. But I guarantee you, her daughter, Nyla, required someone from the patriarchy to even be on the planet. I'll leave that there. She served as advisor to Kamala Harris' presidential campaign, according to the bio. And speaking of Kamala Harris, check this out. A few years ago, Gavin Newsom got in hot water with the black community because he chose a Latino over a black woman to represent California when Kamala Harris, who, by the way, is the absolute worst affirmative action appointee in the history of this government. She is absolutely horrible. She has no qualifications, and she is terrible. And that is the problem. When you have affirmative action, when you have it that qualifications don't matter, all that matters is a checkbox, either your skin color or who you decide to spend time with. And as you can see, Gavin Newsom got some pretty bad responses from black people because he decided to go with the Latino choice when it came time to replace Kamala Harris in California. And so that's the shell game that these woke people play. They placate one, make another side mad, placate another side, make the other side mad. And they're banking on the fact that people have short memories and are low information voters, which is what the left prey on.